You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Wednesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
I saw a report that says here in Ontario, we officially have more dispensaries than we do Tim Hortons locations.
What an accomplishment. Put it on the Wikipedia. Tell the world, Doug.
I'm honestly not surprised because you go to any damn plaza in this city and across the province, there's a dispensary basically on every corner now.
Oh, it's out of control. Actually, you know what? I made the joke. I was like, tell the people, Doug. Do you think Doug Ford is proud of that? Or do you think, given how much he's spoken out in favor of Tim Hortons in the past?
Well, I mean, technically all of this is like government money, like government weed, so like they're getting something out of it.
He should be pumped about it. Oh, right, because he's a fake egg guy, right? He doesn't like the new egg.
No, he likes the new egg.
Oh, he's a new egg
But
guy.
if you think about it, the government's just basically the biggest drug dealer now. They're supplying everyone with the weed, essentially.
Well, it's not the first time someone's accused a Ford of dealing drugs, so I guess that's what it is.
More or less doing it. But I think it's there are just over 1,800 Tim Hortons, and there's over 2,000 dispensaries now.
That's so many dispensaries. And like, hey, listen, I'm always pro-consumer when it comes to business. I'm all for too many options, or lots of options. Competition brings prices down, good selections, whatever. We may have gone too far on this one.
My problem is the dispensaries can get me baked, but Tim Hortons can't figure out how to properly toast my bagel. I can get toasted at one place, but I can't get properly toasted at another.
What if we bring them together? Put a dispensary in a Tim Hortons, and then we could have edible glazed Timbits.
Yeah, I'd be a lot more chill when that guy's ordering like $40 worth of shit in the morning. I'll tell you that.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Huge controversy in the darts world.
No, come on.
The Players' Championship was going down this past week, and during the semifinals, James Wade,
A legend.
allegedly may have farted and crop dusted his competitor. There's this video that's going viral on the internet right now.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, what controversy could you honestly have in darts?
Watch this video.
Okay.
He's claiming that it was Velcro in his pants. So as you watch,
Was he wearing tearaways?
he kind of cuts in front of his competitor and...
That's not Velcro.
He's saying that's Velcro.
That's not Velcro.
Everyone is accusing him of crop dusting his competitor.
I'm trying to throw him off.
That's clearly a shart, right?
It's so wet and thick.
There's no way you could say that's Velcro.
Listen, as a man who wore Velcro shoes later in life than he probably should have, that Velcro don't bubble like that.
Yeah, his quote says, "Footage has emerged of me doing what appears to be a shart at the end of one of my matches."
I love that he escalates it. He's being accused of farting, and he's like, so some people are saying that I crap my pants.
He says, "It was actually the Velcro on my new trainers. I now consider this matter put to bed and don't wish to talk about it ever again."
Sorry, just to bridge the gap over the ocean. Trainers as in his shoes.
Sneakers, yeah.
So he's saying that the Velcro of his shoes came undone, untouched, so loudly it was picked up.
That dude's a liar, man. I found this little Velcro thing here in the studio.
Yeah. That's Velcro.
That's Velcro.
Do it again.
That's a fart.
Those are very different. It has a very distinct sound to it. Velcro is an easy to spot sound.
I don't know if you could call it cheating or maybe unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, I'm sure that there's nothing in the rule book. You know, there's nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball. There's probably nothing in the rules that says that you can't fart on the field of play.
It is funny to think that, I mean, I don't know the darts world too well, but this guy will go down in the history books as the guy who sharted at the Players' Championship.
What's his name again?
James Wade.
James the Shart Wade.
It's actually got a good ring to it.
He's got to lead into it, man. Get some merch.
Velcro or Shart? What says you?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know what? I just wish that he'd owned it. You know, he's out here, he's trying to tell everybody that the sound that we heard from this competition was the Velcro of his shoes just randomly and magically unlocking, and not his backside letting the air out, so to speak.
Scientifically, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, Velcro is supposed to stay together. What did your shoes just randomly decide to de-Velcro?
The only way that the Velcro on his shoes came undone in that moment was the fart that he clearly let out had so much force that the air pressure ripped down his leg and knocked the shoe open.
That is the wettest Velcro I've ever heard. I will say it is a smart move, though, to crop dust your competitor.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, just own it. What a great villain tactic to use in a darts tournament.
I've done it before in hockey, you know? Like, I got placed in front of the net a lot on the power play, and sometimes, you know, you rip a little toot in front of the goalie. It can be a little distracting.
If I knew how to skate and I played hockey, I would only fart in front of the opposing bench. I would only fart while skating in front of the opposing bench.
Honestly, using body odor to your advantage in sports is a great idea.
Dude, next time you're out golfing and you're with a friend, and they do that thing where you see it in the pros, but you like to see your friends try and pretend they know what they're doing, where they'll squat down to read the line of a putt. You go and squat down right next to them and just let one go.
Oh, I've done it when people are teeing off. That'll make someone shank it into the woods automatically.
100%. Either they've got to sit in the cloud or just like that sudden sound as they're in their backswing.
Do you think it's illegal in the UFC to do that?
I mean, the UFC itself was created on minimal rules, right? And obviously they've changed a little bit since those early days, but
yeah.
I don't remember, as someone who followed the sport very closely for some time, ever seeing any kind of rule addendum that made it illegal to fart in the octagon.
Even if it's not that, just body odor in general. Like, if I was a fighter, I just wouldn't shower 2 days before and then go in there and kind of have the whole stink thing going.
Oh, dude, and you see, like, some of those weight cut videos where they're, like, walking around wearing garbage bags to help make them sweat?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they peel that off, they weigh in, and then what do they usually do? They shower and rehydrate to get into the ring. No, don't. What are you showering for? If you're a submission fighter and your goal is to wrestle and take your opponent down to the ground, why not lay on him? Just stink into high heaven.
It's a good way to kind of keep some distance, right?
Oh, that's, yeah. If you're fighting somebody who likes the grappling game, let them get in there. And then once they get a whiff, they'll back up.
Yeah. Even if you were like, I don't know, an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman in football, just don't brush your teeth before a game.
Just breathing hard at the guys across the trenches.
Yeah, you could honestly, you could make some serious moves doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, dude, even if you're on defense, watching the refs spot the ball and just going over to it and letting one go so that the center has to drop down and set in your fart cloud would be horrific.
Yeah. Usain Bolt maybe won all of his races because he was crop dusting everyone.
Now, would you use, if you were doing track, would you use a held fart to try and, like, chemical warfare your opponents? Or would you try and time it for a little extra propulsion off the line?
On your mark, get set.
And you're off.
Podcast exclusive.
As for farting and stuff like that, it's not in the rule book.
Is it one of those like unwritten rules where it's like a mutual respect thing?
Pretty much, but sometimes like if it happens, it happens. Use it to your advantage.
If I'm being completely honest, like if I'm grappling with somebody and they have my leg and they're theoretically going to try and put me in a position where it hurts so bad I have to give up, the last thing I'm worried about in that moment is controlling my gas.
Yeah.
If something is coming out, it's coming out. I'm busy.
Someone squeezes you tight enough, it's going to come out.
It even happens in the gym, dude. How many times I've got kicked in the stomach and I just had to let one rip? Now it's like everyone in the gym around me is like, oh, no.
I would take that as a personal point of pride if I kicked someone so hard that they immediately farted.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Have you ever used an odor to your advantage?
Oh, absolutely. After my weight cuts, I never shower.
You're that guy.
Oh, yeah. It's a classic tactic. You know, Forrest Griffin used to do that all the time. And if you look at Forrest Griffin covered in body hair, nothing would be worse than having someone on top of you. Full chest hair, stinky. The submission right there.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
A woman was fined trying to cross the border from Mexico into the States.
Oh.
And officers seized over 700 pounds of what they're calling illegal bologna.
Illegal bologna? What was illegal about it?
A 43-year-old woman was crossing the border. They asked her if she had anything to declare.
Oh, okay.
She said she just had some food.
Yeah.
So they asked her to pull to the side because obviously when you cross the borders, there's certain foods that you can and cannot bring in.
Yeah.
Upon opening the suitcases, she had 40 rolls of Mexican bologna.
Is it better there or something?
I don't know.
Like, this is what I'm trying to figure. Like, it's just bologna. It's not laced with anything.
But the thing is the meats, right? Like,
No.
Yeah, you can't bring certain stuff across the border like that.
I get that, but I'm just trying to clarify. Like, there's no cocaine in this meat.
No, it's just bologna.
There's no heroin tucked under the casing. She just had that much meat that she was trying to smuggle in.
748 pounds of bologna were destroyed, is what they're saying.
Brother, that is more than two of me. That is two of me and half of you.
She got a $1,000 fine on top of that.
Well, yeah. What are you doing with all that bologna, lady?
Now, like I said, they did say the 748 pounds of bologna were destroyed. How did they destroy it?
Oh, cheese tray. Charcuterie board, for sure.
The fella's just having bologna sandwiches for the next few months?
Buddy, you don't even have a sandwich. You just hold it by the stick at that point, bite it off like a Slim Jim.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast. It's time for Brock and Dalby's Draft.
All right, yesterday we launched our 50-50 all in support of Breast Cancer Canada, and I was thinking we could do a draft of things that are 50-50.
Things that are basically two things put together in roughly equal amounts.
What are the best things that are 50-50 in life?
Right, yeah.
But 50-50s themselves are off the table because that's a cheapo pick.
Right, 50-50s themselves are too important for this list because right now you can text boobs to 762-555 and get a link to our 50-50, which is already over $13,000.
All right, you get the number one pick.
Yes.
What are you going with number one?
I think the first one that came to my head, probably the most iconic combination of two things, has to be lemonade, iced tea.
Arnold Palmer?
The Arnold Palmer.
Good pick.
I think that's got to be the number one pick.
I did have it on my list.
Hell yeah, there we go. It's even better when I know I stole one from you.
Now, I feel like some people might see this pick coming from me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with hybrid strains. Mix of sativa, mix of an indica.
Right, yeah,
Best of both worlds right there.
Balance out your night, 100%,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, you get a little hungry, you get a little sleepy at the same time. It's pretty good.
All right, my number two pick, I go to maybe something you would pick up after a hybrid strain. Brother, it's a Reese peanut butter cup.
Oh, peanut butter and chocolate.
Peanut butter and chocolate never go so well together as a Reese peanut butter cup.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best. I am so excited for the end of the month to send my kids out trick-or-treating so I can find out the cool houses that give away the peanut butter cups that I will then eat, thus ruining all the diabetic work I've tried to do.
Coming in at number two, I am going to go with the mimosa.
Oh!
I mean, I guess it's not really a 50-50 split considering how I drink them. But champagne and orange juice put together on a Sunday morning, you're out having a little bit of brunch and it feels casual.
I can't tell if 50-50 means that you're chill or it means you have a problem. You know what I mean?
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, it's like a 70-30, but you know what I'm getting at.
Well, let it slide. A mimosa is a fantastic combination of two things brought together to make you happy. My final 50-50, maybe this is just me, but I love if I can get in the shower, get work done, and get back out. Give me a shampoo conditioner mix. Give me a 2-in-1.
That's such a pro pick.
Absolutely. What do I need to? I barely got any hair. What do I need to buy a separate shampoo and conditioner
I mean,
for?
technically, you could probably buy the 3-in-1, actually.
Get the body wash in there, too.
Yeah.
But this is 50-50s, not 33-33-33s.
All right, to wrap up my final pick here, I'm going to go in at number 3. I'm going to go with new metal.
New metal.
The combination of metal and hip hop together, you know, Korn, Limp Bizkit,
Sure.
POD, all those bands. It's a 50-50 split. It's two things I love, some metal, some hip-hop. A lot of people don't like it, but man, I do.
Is it butt rock?
It's not butt rock, it's new metal.
Oh,
okay?
sorry.
It's new metal, all right?
Give me your full list.
All right, coming in at number 1, I got hybrid strains. Coming in at number 2, I got mimosas. And in at number 3, I got new metal.
I'm taking Arnold Palmer's, the lemonade iced tea mix, Reese peanut butter cups, and a good old-fashioned 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Which ones did we miss? And more importantly, which one of us had the better draft of 50-50s today?
All I'm saying is all 3 of my picks could work together.
Explain.
You smoke a hybrid.
Yeah.
You go to the new metal show. The next day you have some mimosas.
Oh, it's the next day. I was trying to picture somebody sitting front row watching Korn sipping on a mimosa.
I mean, you could. Don't knock it till you try it, dude.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
It was a close draft, but I think I beat you by like 2 texts, honestly.
No, it got dicey. I will say I am more than thrilled how many people are like, I'm voting for Dalby because of 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner.
And then a bunch of people are just voting for me because
For the
I picked
hybrids.
hybrid strain.
One person did specifically say that you won it with new metal, which I was pretty impressed by. So.
If you missed it, we did the draft of the things in life that are 50-50 because, of course, we've got our 50-50 in support of Breast Cancer Canada.
Yes.
A lot of stuff I can't even believe that we missed out on. Beer and clam being one of them.
That would have been the perfect counter pick for me for your mimosa pick.
Someone texted in Jaeger bombs. I don't know about that one.
First of all, if you're doing 50-50 Jaeger to Red Bull, you need to call somebody.
You're gonna die.
You need a medical facility.
Root beer floats was texted in a lot. Popcorn and M&Ms.
Oh, get out of here with that gross.
Cookies and cream. I would have had that on my list.
Cookies and cream, definitely one. Another one, someone said peanut butter and jam. Can't believe that we missed that one.
Yeah.
Stuff like all the people texting in marriage, like, ideally, yes. But be honest with yourselves. Probably not.
No, even when you get divorced, it's not 50-50 either.
Well, I mean, the closest we come is the divorce rate is about 50% of marriages.
Sure.
That's the 50-50.
I do like the person who texted in Bo Jackson, though.
Bo Jackson's a great 50-50.
50% football, 50% baseball. 100% amazing athlete.
Ooh, Kurt Angle, 50% amateur wrestler, Olympic wrestler, 50% WWE wrestler.
Oh, you know what? Someone just texted in right now, and I'm so mad that I didn't take this.
What?
Heelys. 50% shoe, 50% rollerblade.
I don't think you can call one set of wheels at the back of the heel 50-50.
Hey, man, just because you didn't have them and then you didn't get your Heelys and your Feelies, don't take it out today.
They didn't make them in size 13, all right? That's not my fault.
I'll find an extra wide set for you for Christmas, buddy. Don't worry.
Thanks, man.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
There's a supermarket chain in California called Erewhon. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before.
Erewhon?
Erewhon.
I think it's like one of them upscale things. I've heard of them like $10 smoothies and stuff.
Well, they have announced that they are coming out with a Fred Durst smoothie. You know, the front man of Limp Bizkit?
So, excuse me, what goes in a Fred Durst smoothie?
Hot dog flavored water.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
That's for real?
That's for real.
What day is it today? Is it April 1st?
They describe it as bold, nostalgic, and unapologetically unique, just like Fred Durst himself.
What else goes in it? Because it can't just be hot dog flavored water, right? There has to be a fruit or a vegetable or something in there.
A hot dog flavored water smoothie is most definitely going to make your stomach keep rolling.
If you put that inside you, it will break stuff.
Yes.
There's no question about it.
Absolutely.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Last night, the vice presidential debate went down. If you missed it, went something like rabble.
I saw someone say that if you took a drink every time either Tim Walz or J.D. Vance said the word look to start one of their sentences, that you would have gotten about halfway through the debate and needed to call poison control.
Oh, you would have been toast.
And then meanwhile, I found something out yesterday because I tried to watch the debate because I was waiting for they're eating the dogs, some sort of soundbite that we could talk about. And it was just boring political discourse. I went online and I went to that Twitch website where people stream themselves either playing games or doing crafts or art or stuff like that, playing music.
Yeah.
Do you know Donald Trump has a Twitch account?
Is he playing video games?
He's not playing video
that would
games.
be so hilarious.
Unfortunately, he was just streaming himself doing like a press conference. Like he was standing up and he was answering questions from, I assume, very carefully selected members of the
he
media.
had a chat going and stuff? Or?
No, like he had reporters in the building.
Oh, okay,
Basically,
okay.
he's using Twitch as just another way to get his rallies and conferences out.
I mean, I will say it is smart. I think more politicians should do that because that's how you're going to get the youth to vote.
That's just it. And I will say there was a chat. Now, they turned off, you couldn't type in the chat. You could only use emojis. And they have their own emojis, so it was like red hats and make America great again and all that stuff just flowing. But you're right. It reaches out to a different demographic, which is good. More politicians need to do that. But I would love to see him play Mario Party. You know what I mean?
Call of Duty or something.
Oh, my God. Watching Donald Trump in his late 70s reacting to getting called racial slurs by 12-year-olds from middle America as they drop shot snipe him, I would lose my mind watching him react to that.
Even on the other end of it, Donald Trump just talking bear smack to a bunch of 12-year-olds while playing zombies. He's like, I'm the best there ever was.
Did you see that snipe? Nobody's ever sniped like that in the history of this game. I go to the top, I pull out the sniper rifle, I kill everybody on the other team. Nobody knows what to do. I'm the best.
I mean, I know you can just watch the House of Commons on TV, but they should put it on Twitch with the chat. Can you imagine how entertaining that would be to watch?
The things that people would say if they had unfettered, uncensored access to just speak on American politics.
I mean,
it would be horrifying.
Essentially, that's just Facebook, I guess, isn't it?
No, that's true. Yeah, it's basically just a live version of that one uncle everybody's got talking about the political spectrum.
Yeah.
It's probably funny to read for about 5 minutes, and then you put your head down and you go, you know, I think we might be screwed here in this country.
Just want to hear Donald Trump go, "What's up, brother?"
What's up, brother? I invented that saying. No one's ever done it before. That's all me.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I don't know if anyone listening owns the van, but I keep seeing this van around town. It's like a Sprinter van that's camouflaged.
Oh, okay.
And then along the side of it, it says Pamela Vanderson. It makes me giggle every time I see it.
That's got to be a band van, right? Like, you would have to assume.
To be honest, it looks like someone's living in there.
Which, maybe, honestly, with what we know about Canadian bands, I think that makes it maybe even more likely.
I don't know. I saw the dude leaving Starbucks, and it was just like, there's like curtains in there and
That's
everything.
amazing.
But the name of it is absolutely amazing. And, I mean, it got me snowballing in my brain of different names that you can name your van.
Oh, like, I mean, the easy ones, Van Halen, maybe like a Van Holland.
Vanna White, Van Wilder, Van Helsing, obviously, right?
Theo Van.
Theo Van is great, too. Very, very current as well. I was thinking, well, you're a wrestling guy. Macho Van Vandy Savage.
Yo, I would 100% drive around in the Macho Van.
Every time you start it up, ooh, yeah.
Macho Vanness.
V for Vandetta.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh,
that's really good.
Another wrestling one just came to me. Rob Van Dam.
Oh, Rob Van Dam's van? For sure it's Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, or John Claude Van Ram if it's a Dodge.
To me, that would imply that not only do you have a van, but you are ready to hit someone with it.
Yeah.
If you're in the Jean-Claude Van Ram.
If you got maybe one of those old like shaggin' wagons, you know, the ones with like the carpet in there? You call it a Stormy Vanuels. You like that one?
I hate it so much.
Even if it's just one of those Sprinter vans, a Usain Bolt could be good too.
That would be fantastic.
Or
I like
Oscar
that.
Pistorius. That's if it's like broken down.
Right, yeah.
If it's dying.
Yeah.
Or maybe if it's been in an accident and killed someone.
If it's got an axle sticking out somewhere.
If it's been used in manslaughter,
then it's a Pistorius.
It's a Pistorius.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Do you want to give another round of applause? I know we won't shut up about it. but the 50-50 in support of Breast Cancer Canada. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. We're sitting at $14,580 for the jackpot right now. Remember, we started this yesterday at 8:30. At $3,000 was the set jackpot, and we're already at over $14,000.
We are at $11,500 in sold tickets so far, which is amazing. And again, if you're tired of hearing about it now, well, brothers and sisters, we're talking about this until November 1st, which is the date of the draw. But this coming Monday is the first early bird, your chance to win an iPad. The only way that you can win any of the early bird prizes is to have your tickets. So you should get those today.
We have the iPad. We've got $1,000 in cash, $2,000 in cash for the other early bird prizes as well. So get in while you can. And thank you to everyone who's bought tickets already.
By the way, it's an iPad Pro.
Ooh.
I just read the rules. I actually didn't know that until right now.
I can't wait for one of your kids to get that whole thing sticky with their fingers.
But your kids can't ruin your prize unless you buy a ticket.
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store. With all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.